Welcome into the video. I am your tech guy Wayne, and today I'm bringing you my full new user guide on the Samsung Galaxy A25. I'm going to go over everything you'll need to know to learn how to use this phone. We're going to start with a walkthrough of just the buttons, how to navigate the phone. We'll go over how to download the apps. We'll go over how to set up your email, how to make calls, how to send text. I'll show you how to set a passcode, how to set up the fingerprint sensor, and we will end the video with just a walkthrough of how to use the camera. So make sure you watch all the way till the end so you don't miss any important information. Let's go ahead and get started. So on the left side of the phone here, there's not much. There's just the SIM card tray. Now this phone does support a micro SD card, so you can put in a SIM card if you have one from an older phone, or you can purchase a new one. I'll make sure to link one on screen right here in case you're in the market for some extra storage. On the right side of the phone here, you'll find your buttons, your volume up, volume down, and your power standby button. And this is also your fingerprint reader as well. You can use this to unlock the phone, and I'll again go over later how to set this up. At the bottom of the phone, you'll find your auxiliary port you can use to plug in your headphones. Here is the charging port. This phone uses what's called a Type-C or USB-C charging type, and as a reminder, in the box it will only come with the cable. It will not come with the wall adapter. I'll link on screen right here to some deals on wall adapters. They're very inexpensive, and obviously you're going to need that to charge the phone. So if you don't have one, check out that link to get one. Now, to unlock the phone or get into the phone, you'll simply need to tap the screen twice. Tapping it once shows us the time. If I tap it twice, it should wake up the screen just like this. Now, to unlock the phone, simply press the power button on the side. That's going to wake it up. We're still on what's called the lock screen. We're going to take our finger and just drag up the screen, and that's how you unlock the phone. Let's try it one more time. Take your finger and simply put it on the screen and just drag it up the screen. That's going to unlock the phone and take you to what's called the home screen. Now, right now we don't have a passcode on the phone, so we're able to just drag and get right into the phone. Later on, I will show you how to set up a PIN code and how to set up your fingerprint reader. Once those are set up, if you try to swipe through to unlock the phone, it will ask you to put in a PIN code before you can get into the phone. You'll definitely want to do that because that's how you secure your information. So now that we're in the phone, let's talk about how to navigate the home screen and the phone in general. We're going to start with these three buttons at the bottom of the screen. These are called your basically navigation buttons. The first button here is going to be the home button. This button basically just takes you back to the home screen. So if I were to swipe over to one of the other home screen pages, tapping this will take me back to my main home screen. Or if you go into one of these little apps here, you can get right back to the home screen by pressing the home button. Now, I want to give a quick explanation. When I use the term apps, I'm referring to these icons. Apps is short for application. Think of how computers have programs, phones have applications or apps for short. So when I refer to apps, I'm referring to basically the programs of the phone. Okay. Now on this home screen, these are some of the most important apps that are on the phone. So you have your camera app, your internet app, you have your messages app for text messages. You have the phone app. You have the gallery. This is where all your pictures are saved after you take a picture. This is the Play Store. This is where you download new apps, and I'll go over that in a little bit later on in the video. And this is a folder. It's a Google folder. When you tap on this, it has a bunch of apps in it, from YouTube to Google Chrome. This is another web browser you can use. This is the Gmail app. This is what you use to check your emails. I'll be going over emails later on in the video as well, so stay tuned for that. So anyway, whenever you go into any one of these apps and you want to get back to the home screen, you simply are going to tap on that home button. It takes you back to the home screen. That's the main thing that that button does. Now, this button is called the back button. The back button takes you back one step. You primarily use this for navigating menus. So if I were to go to the settings application, in fact, let's do this. I'm prematurely showing you something, but I'll explain this a little bit later. I'm going to swipe down from the top of the screen. If I tap on this little wheel, this is the shortcut to get to the settings app. Here, let's say I'm in the settings and I go to display. Well, guess what? I've now gone into the settings app and I just went into one of the menus. I'm in the display menu. If I want to go back one page, I'm going to tap on the back button, just like this, and it will take me back one page. That's all that button does. It just helps you jump back one page. Now, if I were to go to display and then I went into font and style, guess what? Now I'm very deep into the menu, and if I want to get back, same thing. Back button once, back button again. Now we're on the main page of the settings app. And if I press it again, it's going to take me out of this app and take me back to the home screen. So this is going to be very helpful for you in just getting, back and forth and maneuvering the different pages of the apps. Now on the other side here, this is called your recent apps. When you press this, this is going to show you any app that you've recently opened. We went to settings, guess what? That's still open. We went to YouTube, that's still open. We went to the internet, the web browser, that's still open. So understand that if I'm in the web browser right now and I press the home button, I'm going back to the home screen, but that is still running in the background. And that's how I know. If I tap recent apps, I can see it's still running because it's in this menu. If I want to close this because I don't plan on going back to the internet app in a while, I'm going to drag or swipe up, and that's going to basically close out that program. This is how you close programs on the phone. You simply just swipe or drag up, and that's how you close them one by one. Now you can also close them all at one time by simply pressing close all. There you go. Now we've closed all of the programs. If I try to press recent apps, it says, hey, all the apps are closed. So these are the main three buttons you're going to use to navigate the phone. And that's just a rundown of what you use them for. Next, we have what is called your notification panel. You're going to get to this by basically swiping down or dragging down on the home screen. And it'll take you to this menu. This menu is going to have shortcuts to the most frequently used settings on the phone. It'll have an adjuster bar for brightness if you want to make the phone brighter or darker. You can use that little bar at the top there. You're also going to get notifications. These are notifications from the different apps on the phone. So for example, if you have a new email, it's going to show up in this section. It's going to alert you here. If you have a missed call, it's going to show up in this menu. You can swipe up to go through the menu. And it'll also give you information from other apps that are on your phone. Maybe you have a Facebook notification. It's going to show up there. A new text message, it'll show up there. And when you see the message, you simply just tap and it'll take you into that app, and then you can get more information. So this is like the main control center of the phone. It's just managing all the messages that are coming through. Now, if you were to drag down again, it's going to bring up a more expanded view and have more control switches for, again, important settings on the phone. So for example, if you want to put your phone on vibrate or you want to turn the sound off, this is the shortcut that you can use to do it quickly. Tap it once, now the phone is on vibrate. Tap it again, now it's totally muted, which means that no sound is going to come through. If you get a call or a text, your phone is not going to make any noise. Now press it again, guess what? The sound is back on. If someone calls me, the phone is going to ring. If someone sends me a text, I'm going to get an alert. So that's an important setting there. We have our flashlight. If you turn this on, you can use the camera flash as a flashlight. Very useful feature there. You have your mobile data, your mobile hotspot. If you're trying to share your internet with your tablet or computer, you'll need to turn on your hotspot. And so the list goes on and on. If you swipe left, there's a few more shortcuts as well. Now, if you want to get to that menu for whatever that item is, you have to long press on it. So for example, here we have our Wi-Fi switch. And if you want to connect to your home Wi-Fi network, first you need to make sure this switch is lit up. Right now it's lit up in white, and that tells me Wi-Fi is turned on. Now if I tap it, guess what? Now it's grayed out. That means that I've just turned off the Wi-Fi on my phone. If I want to turn it back on, I'm going to have to tap on that button and you'll see it light up again in white. Now, if I hold down on it for 1 second, it'll actually take me into the Wi-Fi menu, and here I'll have a lot more options. For example, maybe you want to connect to Wi-Fi at a friend's house. Now, you'll need to look through your list here under available networks. Just swipe up and this will show you all the available networks that you can connect to right now. So for example, maybe your friend's network is Netgear 52. You would select Netgear 52 and then you would have to type in the password, and then you'll tap on this button. It'll light up and say connect, and then your phone will try to connect to that network. So that's just an example. If you're trying to connect to other Wi-Fi networks, how by swiping down, you're going to long press on that button. Just take your finger and put it on that button. It'll take you to the menu and then give you the options for the other networks. You can also do that in the settings, but it's easier to do it right from this notification panel menu. Now, same thing if you want to connect to a Bluetooth speaker or a Bluetooth headphones. This is the Bluetooth icon. You'll simply take your finger and put it on that Bluetooth icon for 1 second. It'll bring up the menu, and then you'll have all the options of the devices that are near you that you can connect to link with the phone. Okay, so that's just an example. You can go through here and you can test it out with other apps to get to their more advanced menu. Okay, now that's a brief run through of the notification panel. Two more things I want to show you that I think are important in that menu. When you swipe down the first time, you're going to see a settings wheel in the upper right corner, and this is that shortcut that takes you to the settings, right? So swiping down once, you'll always have this shortcut to the settings menu. But if I swipe down a second time, it's going to give you a few extra options. This first option is a pencil you can tap. You can use this to customize that menu. I would tell you don't really mess with it, just keep it the way it is. But right next to the pencil is your power button. This is an on-screen power button that if you tap it, it'll take you right to the menu to power off your phone or to restart your phone. So that's just another important button to know that it's there, and another way to turn off the phone. Now, so far, if you've gotten value out of this video, please take a minute and bump that like button down below. That's the easiest way for you to show support of the video, and it'll help YouTube to push it out to more people if they see you're giving it positive feedback. Okay, let's move on now to how to download apps. First, where are the apps on the phone? And then how do we download new apps? So we're on the home screen. If I want to get to the page where all my apps are, I'm going to swipe up on the home screen. Notice we swipe down to get to the notification panel, but we swipe up to get to our what's called our app drawer. This is where you'll find all the apps that are currently installed on the phone. One thing to pay attention to, at the top here, you have 3 folders of apps. So for example, we have a Samsung folder that has some specific Samsung apps like a radio and smart switch and our health app. We have our Google folder, which has some of our important Google apps, and we have our Microsoft folder. So pay attention to that. Now, if you want to download new apps, an app that's not on the phone currently, you'll need to go to the Play Store. This is where you download new applications. So there's over 2 million apps that you can download to the phone. There's a lot of free apps, but not all are free. So just keep that in mind. Let me walk you through the basic process to download a new application. So tap on search, and if you tap it a second time, it'll automatically bring up the keyboard, and it'll basically put you right in position to search for a new app. So maybe you want to download the Amazon app because you like to shop on Amazon. Well, guess what? It's actually recommending Amazon right here. So you could just tap on Amazon here and tap install, and then it would download to the phone. But let's say the app wasn't showing up on the screen. Here's what you would do. You can either type in the name of the app. I'm going to type in Uber and tap on this magnifying glass in the bottom right corner to do the search. And right here it says Uber. You'll need to tap on Uber first, and then you can tap this blue button here to install it. Now there's another cool option which I like to use pretty frequently, which is the voice to text. If I tap on this microphone in the upper right corner, I can just say the name of the app, whatever it is, and then it will find it for me. Uber. Now just that easy. Say it, it types it in, and then it will do the search for you. So same thing, here's the Uber app. I'm going to tap on this blue install button, and I can see right here that it's currently installed. It's downloading the app first and then it's installing it, and it will let you know the progress from here. Uber is not a big app, so you can download it pretty quick. When it's done, you'll see it say uninstall and open. Tap on open, and guess what? In a few seconds, we just downloaded Uber on the phone. Now, where do I find the Uber app on the phone when I need to use it later? I'm going to swipe up to my app drawer. I don't see it. I thought you said all the apps are here, Wayne. Well, if you swipe to the left, there's another page, and that's where our Uber app is. So that's how easy it is to download new apps, and that's where you find it once you download the app. Next, I want to go over how to make calls and what it looks like when a call is coming through the phone. Let's start with making calls. You're going to tap on the phone icon in the bottom left corner, and you'll want to tap on keypad. Now, just the first thing, this first menu here, we're on recents. This is just our call log, so you can see what calls have already happened on your phone. And you can actually easily call someone back if they're in your call log by simply swiping to the right like this. If you notice, when I started swiping, the button turned green and it says call. You can also send that person a text message by swiping to the left and it says messages. So that's just a cool little shortcut in connecting with people you've already made calls to. Now, if you want to call a number that you haven't called in a while or never, you're going to tap on keypad, and here you'll need to dial the phone number. So area code first. There we go. So I just typed in a phone number, and notice at the top here it recommended a contact. So I dialed a number of someone who is already saved in my contacts. So I can tap here, and basically the phone will begin to recommend a contact as you start typing, so you may not even need to type in the whole phone number. So now that our number is in, I'm simply going to tap on the call button at the bottom here to initiate a phone call. You can also tap on this button here if you're trying to initiate a video call, and it would do that using Google Meet. Let's tap on the phone button here. It's initiating the call. When you see it begin to count up, that means that the call is connected and that person should be on the line. If you want to put the call on speaker, you can tap on the speaker button right here. You've got mute. You have keypad here if you need to dial a command. For example, press 3 for the operator. Press 5 for this. You can tap it here. And if you want to add someone to the call, turn it into a three-way call, you can simply tap on the plus to add a call. You also have what is called call assist, and you can set up a live translate so that it'll translate the call if the person is speaking in a different language. So that's pretty cool too. When you're finished with the call, you're going to tap on the red button, and that's going to end the call, and that's it. Okay, so that's a brief rundown of just making calls. Next, let's go over what it will look like when a call is coming through the phone. I'm going to initiate a call so you can see what it looks like. So there's the call coming through. You're going to tap on the green button to answer the call, or tap the red button to decline it. Let's answer it. All right, so our call has come through, and again, you have all the same on-screen call options, and you'll tap the red button when you're ready to end the call. Now I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to initiate that call one more time. Now, let's say you don't want to answer the phone, but you want to send that person a text message with letting them know why I can't answer. You can tap on here where it says send message, and it will recommend these three options here. And I tapped it too fast. But the three options basically say can't talk now, or send me a text message, or you can type your own custom message. So that there's a button at the very bottom that says send your own message. So that's another way to decline a call, but you can at least send them a message saying, hey, I'm busy right now. Okay, so that's what it looks like when a call is coming through. But that's what it looks like when a call comes through and you're using the phone. If the phone was sitting on the table and a call came through, it would look different. Let's go over that scenario next. A call is coming through. You're going to see it pop up on screen. Now, guess what? Tapping the buttons are not going to work in this menu. You actually have to put your finger on the bubble and you have to drag or swipe up like this. That's how you answer the phone when you're not using it and a call comes through. Let me initiate one more call here. I want to show you that one more time. It's the same thing for answering or declining. Put your finger on the button and drag. You can also, at the bottom it says send message. You can swipe up from the bottom and it'll bring up that menu that will let you send a message as you're declining it. Hey, please text me, write a new message. I'm going to tap please text me. You can also tap the bubble for remind me in 1 hour and it will set a reminder that you need to call that person back. Okay? So that's what the call menus are going to look like. And it takes a bit of getting used to if you haven't used a Samsung phone before, but a couple of times you'll get it and it won't be a big deal for you. If you're getting value out of the video so far, please take a minute and make sure you bump that like button down below. Really appreciate your support in that. All right, you'll notice over the phone button, there's a red 1. And what that means is, it means you have a missed call. It means someone tried to call you, you didn't answer it, so it's a missed call. So if I tap on the phone button and I go to recent, it's going to show up that I have a missed call from Wayne Wonder. And again, I can drag to the right to call that person back, or I can swipe to the left to send them a message. Okay, next let's go over how to save a phone number in your contacts. We're going to just make sure we're in the phone app, go to keypad, and then we're just going to dial the phone number. Okay, so we've typed in our phone number, but instead of pressing the call buttons at the bottom here, we're going to tap on the plus at the top. And here it will give us the option to create a new contact or add it to an existing contact in the phone. You could also be updating someone's phone number. Maybe you've tried to call them recently and they don't answer. Well, oh, you've changed your number. Let me update your contact. So that's why that second option is there. We're going to tap create new contact. And the first thing that'll pop up is it'll ask you, hey, do you want to save this to your Samsung account, to your phone, your SIM card, or your Google account? Always, always, always save it to your Google account. The reason for this is if your phone is ever stolen or damaged to the point where you can't use it and you have to get a new phone, when you sign into that Google account, all your numbers will be saved in the cloud and they'll automatically load on the new phone. So I'm going to tap on my Google account. Now they were blurred out on screen just for the sake of privacy, but I'm going to have them all linked to this Google account so that in the future, I'll always have them backed up in the cloud. I'm going to type in Joe, and that's it. Now I'm going to, the phone number is already there, but I can also add other information like, email. I can tap view more. I can add additional notes, an address, whatever. You can add as much or as little information as you want. You just need one piece of contact info, whether it's a phone number or an email. I'm going to hit save. And now that number is locked into the phone. And if I ever want to call Joe, I can just tap on the magnifying glass and type in Joe, and his number will automatically come up. Let's hit our home button. So that wraps up our run through of how to make calls and how to answer calls on the phone. Next, let's go over text messages. How do we send a text message and what does it look like? So the text message icon is right next to the phone icon. We're going to tap on messages. This is what the messaging app looks like. And I have a couple of messages that are already in the phone here. A message from T-Mobile. I have a message from Flip and a couple of other messages. So if I ever want to look at one of these messages, I'm going to just tap. Now you'll notice some of the messages are in gray and some of them are bold in black. And what that's telling us is that the bold messages are messages I have not checked yet. and there's a number next to it so I can see how many messages have come through that I haven't looked at yet. I'm going to go to this one. This is an advertisement. It's for Code 118 wallets. I'm going to tap on that, and I can see the message here letting us know that they have a sale and they want me to buy a Code wallet. Now, when you're all done looking at the message, you'll simply tap on the back button here to get back to the main inbox of your messages. If I want to send a new message, I'm going to tap on this little button here. This is the new message button. This is to start a new conversation. And now I can type in a phone number, or I can type in a name of someone who's already in my contacts, and it will let me look up their phone number to start a message to them. Let's type in Joe. Now here's the contact that we just saved earlier. That's Joe. We're going to tap on that, and then we're going to start a text message to Joe. Now, to bring up the keyboard so you can begin the conversation, the box where it says text message, you're going to tap in that box, and this will bring up the keyboard. And here you can type your message. Hi, Joe. And this is your send button. When you tap this, it will send out the message. Now, there's a lot of other things you can send aside from text. You can tap on this button here. This, when you hold down on this, it will let you send a voice message. So instead of typing hi Joe, I can hold down on this little wave icon and I can just say hi Joe. Hi Joe, hope you're having a great morning. When you're finished, you let go of the button and then it will attach it as an audio file. So Joe can just tap on the play. Hi Joe, hope you're having a great morning. And he'll hear my message. I'm going to send that there. And now I just sent a voice message. Now, here you have an emoji icon. This will take you to your emoji menu. Tap on emoji, and you can send one of these little cool emojis in your message, like a cool. Send that. Now, if you want to send them a picture, you need to tap on the plus right next to text message. This will bring up a list of options. You'll want to tap on gallery, or you can send them a GIF, for example. One of those little fun little messages here. Maybe you want to send this one. You just tap on it, automatically adds it to your message, and then you can send it off just like that. Now, if I hit the plus and I tap on gallery, this will allow me to either take a picture right now by tapping on this little camera button here, if I want to attach a fresh picture, or I can look at pictures that are already saved in my phone. For example, I have these pictures. I can tap on this one here, and it'll automatically attach it to the message. I can also select multiple pictures, and I can send 4, up to 10 at one time, depending on the size of the pictures. Once you've tapped on them, you'll see them populate in the message here. You might decide, I don't want to send him this one. Tap on the X in the upper right corner. That'll remove it. And when you're ready to send it, you can tap on the send button. You can also tap on add text to put some words as well. Check these out. Now, another cool thing you can do, at the bottom of the phone, in the bottom left corner, is a microphone. If you tap on this microphone, you can use voice to text. And this will let you just talk, and it will dictate everything you're saying. You'll need to give it permission. You'll tap while using the app here. And when the microphone lights up in blue, that means it's listening and you can begin talking. I saw these and I immediately thought of you. Tap the microphone when you're finished and see it loaded up everything I said in the box there. And now I'm going to tap on this button here to send it off. And it just attached to those 3 pictures. You also have some shortcuts at the top of the screen here. If I want to, maybe I'm texting Joe and I just decide, I just want to call him instead. This will be easier to say over the phone. There is a phone shortcut at the top you can tap to just call him immediately. When you're all done, you're going to hit the back button to get out of that message and go back to the inbox of the messaging app here. Let's hit the home button. You'll notice over the text messaging icon, there's a red 5, and that's telling me that I have 5 unread messages. So whenever you see that, it means it's time to go and check your messages. So that's a brief run through of how to send text messages and just what the interface is going to look like. Okay, next, let's go over how to change the size of the text. Maybe the words are just too small and you'd like them to be a little bit bigger. We're going to swipe down from the top of the screen and tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner. This will take us to the settings. We're going to go to display, and from here, swipe up again and go to font and style. Here we can easily control the size of most of the on-screen text by simply dragging this little dot over to the right, and here it'll show you what the text will look like as it's increasing in size. Let's drag it again. You'll notice the font's going to get bigger right here, so you can use that as a gauge. Feel free to continue to play around with this until you find a comfortable size. And this is the biggest size you can get. Now if I hit the home button, you're going to notice now my icons, the text under the icons are larger. If I go to the internet, you'll notice the text is going to be larger. Now the text is not going to be larger for every single thing. Now mind you, you can't really manipulate the size of text on a website. So on this website here, everything is still going to be the same size. But when you're looking at things like a text message or an email, those are going to be much larger when you increase that size. When I swipe down, you'll notice all my notifications are so much bigger now as they're coming through the phone. So feel free to play around with those sizes. Now, if I tap on the recent apps button, guess what? I can go right back to the settings app and continue to play with the sizing. Now, a couple other things you can do. You can tap on the font style and maybe find a different font style that maybe agrees better with your eyes. Maybe if you don't like the original one. You have 4 different ones that are in here by default. So some of those might look a little bit different, might be easier on the eyes for you. Now, if you're trying to dial down the size, you're going to drag this bar the other way and just keep ticking, and you'll see the size adjust. Now this is about halfway in the middle. If I hit the home button, this is also a pretty good size. Things are larger, but they're not too big. So obviously you know what is good for your eyes. So continue to play around with that size until you get the perfect spot for you. You can also do a bold font, and this also makes it a bit easier to read the on-screen text as well. Now, one other thing I want to show you in that menu is there is a mode that's called Easy Mode. If you go to Advanced Features, swipe up and tap on Easy Mode, it's all the way at the bottom of the screen. There is a mode that is set up for first-time users, and it will really simplify the interface for you. It's called Easy Mode, and you can just enable it here. And if you hit the home button, you'll notice the icons are larger, the text is larger. When you swipe down, everything is going to be bigger, and the interface is just overly simplified. You can add contacts on the home screen here. So you're on the main home screen. If I swipe to the right, I can simply tap and add a contact right now. You can just hit create, and that will let you add a contact into the phone. And then if you want to call someone, you just swipe to the right and tap on the person, and then it will call that person. Even your menu with the apps is going to be much larger as well. So that's another option. The only problem with this is it vastly simplifies the phone, and it will remove some of the functionality. So feel free to choose which option works best for you. I'm going to show you how to turn off Easy Mode. We're going to go back to the settings. We're going to go back to Advanced Features, swipe up, tap on Easy Mode, and then we're going to turn it off. So you at least know how to do it if that's something you would like to do. If you're setting the phone up for someone who is quite a bit older and really just needs it to be as simple as possible, that is the best mode to put the phone in. Okay, next let's go over how to set a passcode on the phone so you can protect it so no one can just pick up your phone and get into your information. We're going to go back to settings, but I'm going to show you a different way to get to settings this time. We're going to swipe up, And here you'll have a settings wheel. This is another way to get to settings. Now we're going to swipe up and go to lock screen and AOD. We're going to go to security and privacy. And from here, we need to go where it says lock screen, set screen code or screen lock. And here we can tap on screen lock. Now, these are some of the options you have to choose from when you're trying to set up a lock for the phone. You can set up a PIN, which is a 4 to 6 digit number. You can set up what's called a high security password, which is a combination of numbers and letters, uppercase and lowercase. Or you have what's called a pattern security, which is just putting in a combination. Now, my favorite, the easiest one to me is the pattern lock, because you can simply draw a combination and you just have to remember that. So I'm going to do one that's super easy just for the sake of the video, and I'm just going to make it an L. That's our pattern to unlock the phone. Hit continue, and then I'm going to put it in a second time and then confirm it. So now the phone is officially secured with a passcode or with a pattern lock. So watch this. If I turn the phone off and I turn it back on again, if I try to drag and unlock the phone, it's going to ask me to draw my unlock pattern. Now, all I have to do is just draw the passcode and I'm in the phone. So that's how easy it is to secure your phone. Now next, let's talk about how to set up the fingerprint sensor, because you can also set it up to unlock the phone just by tapping the power button with your finger. Okay, next, to set up the fingerprint reader, we're going to swipe up, we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go back to security and privacy. And then we're going to go to lock screen. And now we're going to tap on fingerprints. Now, it will ask you to first put in your code or draw your code. So let's do that. Hit continue. Now, the fingerprint reader is in the power button. Okay, so the best way to set this up is try to hold the phone in sort of a normal position, how you would normally hold the phone, and then you're going to tap on the power button. Now, you're not pressing hard, you're just dropping your thumb down and then bringing it up just like that. And every time you pick your thumb up and you put it down, you want to try to slightly move it so that your phone can read and really learn your entire fingerprint. Okay? And again, I'm trying to continuously move how I'm touching the sensor, and we're all done. Now, one thing I like to add in this section is always add 2 fingerprints, 1 finger from each hand, because what if your right hand has grease on it or it's wet? The reader is not going to pick up your finger very well, so therefore you can always just take the phone, put it in your other hand, and use whatever finger you've programmed on that hand. That's just a pro tip, and if you want to add a second finger, just tap add, and then it'll take you through that process. Just switch hands, figure out which finger you want to use, and then you're all set. So now I'm going to turn the phone off just by tapping the power button. Now, one important disclaimer or note: when you tap the power button, when you turn the phone off, you're not actually turning it off, you're just putting it to sleep. So the phone is asleep. Now watch this. I'm going to wake up the phone. Okay, so we're on the lock screen. I'm swiping up, and it's asking me to either use my fingerprint or draw a pattern. I'm going to take my finger and just touch the power button, and now I can unlock the phone using my thumb. So this is a lot easier than you having to draw your pattern every single time you need to unlock the phone, and that's why I recommend you set up the fingerprint reader. Next, let's go over how to use the camera. Now, we have the camera icon in the bottom right corner, and you'll just tap there to get right to the camera. Now, let me just give you a quick walkthrough. So right now, by default, we're on the photo menu, which is right here. And if you want to switch to video, you'll just tap on video just like that. You can also just swipe right on the screen. You can just swipe back and forth to toggle between the different menu options. So we're on photo. If I toggle left or swipe left, now I'm on video. Notice when you're on video, the shutter button will have a red dot in the center. But when I swipe to the right, now it's just a white dot. So obviously you can see the difference. This is for just snapping and taking pictures. And swiping left on video, if I tap the red button, then guess what? It will begin recording a video. And if you want to take a picture while you're recording video, you'll tap on the shutter button right here, and this will snap stills while you're recording video. When you're all done, you'll hit the stop button right there. If you want to rotate and switch to the front camera, because right now we're looking at the rear camera, right? We're looking out of the rear camera. If we just tap this button, it will flip the screen and then it will rotate to the front camera. See that? Now those are the main things. Those are the most important things. A few other important notes. Actually, let me add a few more things. To the left of the camera button, you'll have your review button. Every time you take a picture, you can tap here to look at the picture you just took. And I can swipe through to look at a few of the other pictures that I just took. Okay? So that's how you do a quick preview. Now, if we hit the home button, all your pictures are saved in the gallery app. So we would tap here, and this is where I can look at all the pictures that we just took. Okay? Now, let's go back to the camera. If you want to zoom in on something, you would need to either pinch out or pinch in. Now, on this phone, you can't really do zooming on the rear camera, so let's switch to the front, just like that. And if I want to zoom in on this leaf, I can just pinch out, or I can pinch in to zoom out. So zoom in, zoom out. Pretty easy. Okay? So that's how the zoom works. Now in the upper right corner, you'll have some filters, and you can actually change the filter of the picture to achieve different shots. And just kind of toggle through here, and you can play around with the filter strength as well. So that's super fun. And there's also a faces mode as well, and it'll smooth out faces as they're on the screen as well. So that's that. Now, the very last thing, if you want to change the ratio of the picture, so right now we're on a 3:4 ratio, you'll tap here, and I recommend you switch it to 9:16. This is a full widescreen picture, but you have a couple of options. You have a 1:1, which is just basically taking a square picture, and you have a full shot as well. So feel free to adjust that depending on what type of shot you're trying to get. I usually keep mine on 9:16. Okay, let's hit the home button. Again, the gallery is where all your pictures are going to be saved. You have two kind of really important sections of the gallery. You have pictures, and this is just a running log of all the pictures that you've taken. And then it will organize them by the date that you took them. And then you have the albums folder. And here you'll have different folders for different things. So recent are just the recent pictures I took. Favorites, you have your camera, screenshots, and you have your quick share. That's it when people send pictures to you. So that's a brief rundown of just how the camera works and the main things you'll need to know to be able to operate it. Now, if you want to share a picture, maybe you took a picture and you say, hey, I want to send this to someone. Well, we'll tap on the picture, and there's a little icon, looks like this. This is the share button. When you tap on the share button, then it will give you the option to select an app to share the picture. Now here I'm going to tap on more, and I would tap on Gmail, and here it would actually take the picture and add it to an email for me. All I have to do is type in right here the email address of the person I want to send it to, justin@gmail.com. That's a fake email, just doing it for reference. Hit next. I can do a subject, hi, and then hit this button to send off the email. So that's just a really quick way to email that picture to someone. All right. Next, let's move into how to add your email accounts to the phone, and also a brief run through of how to use the email app. So start with going to your Google folder, and from here go to Gmail. Now, I already have a Gmail signed in on the phone, okay? So I can already look at emails. Now, you're probably saying, hey, I want to add my email account. How do I do that? Well, in the upper right corner, you're going to tap on the little icon. You should see a circle with a number, a letter and number in it, or with a picture, whatever you've set up for your email. And you're going to tap on Add Another Account. For some of you, when you open the Gmail app, this was the first thing you saw, which is no problem. I already have an email address on the phone, and that's why you saw the inbox. If I didn't have that, it would have taken me here. So the easiest way to add an email is to simply select the appropriate email type. For example, if you have a Gmail, you just tap on Google, you type in the email address, and you type in the password, and that'll take you right into your email. However, if you don't see your email type on the screen, here is a workaround to find an app that will work with your email type. Let's hit the home button, and we're going to go to the Play Store, and we're going to tap on search twice to bring up the search menu. And here we're going to, all the way in the bottom left corner, there's a symbols button. Tap on that symbols button, and then tap on the @ symbol. And all you're going to do is type in the back half of your email address. Now we're going to tap ABC and type in your email address, like the back half. So I'm going to type in AOL.com. Okay? And then hit the magnifying glass in the bottom right corner. Now this is going to recommend apps that are compatible with your email type. So I have an AOL email address. I'm going to download the AOL email app. If I do that, now I can use that to be able to check my emails. And so it'll just take a few seconds for this to download. And if we hit the home button and we swipe up, swipe to the left, there is our AOL email app. Now I can simply tap on it, go to inbox, and then it will ask me to enter my email address and my password. So that is a cool workaround for how to find an app that is compatible with your email type if you open up Gmail and you don't see it as one of the options. Okay? Now, I'm going to give a brief walkthrough of just how to use the email app for Gmail, because that's the most common app that folks will use on their phone. So this is the inbox. Whenever you get a new email, it comes right through here. If I want to look at this email from YouTube, I'm going to tap on the email, and I'm just going to swipe through. And cool, they're giving me information about a new feature, which is great. I'm scrolling through. Guess what? I read this email. I no longer need to have it. I want to delete it. Well, you can tap on the trash can at the top here, and that'll erase that email. Now, you might have a couple of emails in here that are trash that you don't even need to open. You just know there's nothing important in there for me. If you tap on the little circle next to the email, you can select it. You can go through and say, hey, I want to delete all these Google emails because I don't need any of these. They're all checked. And now I can tap on the trash can and delete those 6 emails at one time. So that's an easy way to clear out your inbox. Now let's say you found an email that is important and you want to respond to it. Well, at the bottom of the screen here, it says reply. If you tap in the box that says reply, you can start typing a reply. Love this. You can obviously type more, you can just type less. You also have a little paper clip to the left, and that is the symbol for attachments. So if you wanted to attach a picture or a document, you can tap that paper clip and then it will take you to your gallery, and here you can select an image to attach to the email. Now, once you've typed everything you want to say, you could also edit your subject if you want to. If not, simply tap on the send button and this will send off the email. So that's quickly how you reply to an email. If you wanted to forward this to someone, pretty easy as well. Right next to unsubscribe, you can tap on the three dots and just tap on forward. And now I can just type in a forwarding email, Justin. Let's use our justin@gmail.com. And if I hit that send button, now we just forwarded that email to Justin. Now, if you want to write your own email, you're going to tap on compose. This is how you start a new email. You're going to start with typing in who's the email going to. It's going to justin@gmail.com. Type a subject. Good morning. Type a subject in. You're going to tap in the box that says compose email, say hi, and whatever else you want to say, and then hit that button to send it off. So that's just a very brief walkthrough of just how to send an email. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you got value out of the video, make sure you bump that like button down below. Also, leave a comment and let me know what section was the most helpful. Here I'm going to link to another really helpful video, and here I'll link to my playlist that will have all my videos on the Samsung Galaxy A25. Check out that playlist so you can continue to learn all the cool things you can do with this phone. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.